I was always fascinated by engineering. Maybe it was an attempt maybe to get my father's respect or interest, or maybe it was just a genetic love of technology, but I was always trying to build things. The quickest way to destroy ocean science is to take human explorers out of the water. You don't rest well as long as you're seeking vengeance. I feel sad justice wasn't done, but it's time to move on and sleep well. Action is a way of externalizing an emotional state. You might not be running, leaping, climbing and doing all that. But, the way you create that emotional state in a movie is by having the characters have physical jeopardy that they have to work against. Much of my life seems in retrospect to have been spent in the company of putative national leaders passing through the process of being denounced and imprisoned for sedition, as part of the inevitable progression towards the prime ministership and the ritual tea party at Windsor Castle. When Nikita Khrushchev wrapped himself in the bloody mantle of the Tsars, he broke Hungary, he broke the little communist parties over the Western world, and he broke the hearts of many honest men who had trusted a little too far, a little too long. I certainly didn't think of myself as gifted. The standards for being gifted in my environment were if you were good in Little League or if you were good in football. This is a vast frontier that's going to take us a while to understand. It was very lunar, desolated, isolated. In writing the new films, I've come to realize that Avatar's world, story and characters have become even richer than I anticipated, and it became apparent that 2 films would not be enough to capture everything I wanted to put on screen. I always do makeup touch-ups myself, especially for blood, wounds, and dirt. It saves so much time. It took me a long time to realize that you have to have a bit of an inner language with actors. You have to give them something that they can act with. I watched a couple of really bad directors work, and I saw how they completely botched it up and missed the visual opportunities of the scene when we had put things in front of them as opportunities. Set pieces, props and so on. That worst evil of long dictatorships, the loss of all political experience. The films that influenced me were so disparate that there's almost no pattern. I do not know why journalists insist on calling their stuff pieces, when they are in fact little entities, attempting to have beginnings, middles and endings.